and welcome to the Direct Selling Success Podcast. I'm Anna Green, and I'm here to share with you tips, tricks, and training on network marketing done right. Thank you for listening.
In this episode, Gemma Holden, Mrs. Mindset, and myself chat all things mindset, sales, and strategy. This is the first part of a series that we are doing once a week over the course of the rest of 2024 to help you with the mindset, the sales, and the strategy around the business. Gemma is a close friend of mine. We've worked together on numerous projects over the past few years. She's amazing at the side of business that I don't particularly deal with. She's the mindset, the self-belief, the clearing those blocks. I'm the sales, the strategy, the business. And so when we come together, we are an absolute powerhouse of information for you. So listen on, tune into the other episodes, and come and find us both on Facebook. So it's Gemma Louise Holden or Mrs. Mindset. You'll find her as on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll find me at Direct Selling Success on my profile, Anna Green. Enjoy!
Hello everyone. So we are back with another one of our conversations. It's a conversation. Let's call it that, a conversation. So if you're watching this for the first time, hello. My name is Gemma Holden, also known as Mrs. Mindset. I am a transformational mindset therapist, coach, and business strategist. And I am joined by the lovely Anna Green. Tell us who you are, Anne.
Hi! I'm Anna Green. I am a sales and business strategist teaching business owners to grow and scale without the ick in a way that aligns with them.
Yes, love that. And me and Anna worked together. If you didn't see us last week, that it's still on my profile, so go and have a look. But we work together on different things, and we love to combine the mindset and the strategy to helping business owners, create a successful business. So today we wanted to come and talk about what gets in the way of people hitting that next level. And obviously it's based on our experience as helping people, but also on our own as well. And I have a quote to kick us off. So I wrote this quote down because I cannot remember it word by word. And it's by Albert Einstein. And it is, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So in terms of that, what would you say, Anna, when it comes to what you find that people are stuck with when it comes to hitting that next level?
Oh, a huge amount of things. So doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I would definitely say it's a massive thing, because whatever you're doing now is only going to get you what you've got now or worse. Because if you're working with the same people, if you're not building an audience, if you're not growing, and building that business and developing what you've got, you're not going to get any further. The lack of strategy, for me, I see it all the time. People wanting these next big things, but they've just got no plan or idea of how they're going to get there. And the one big thing that I would say is the majority of business owners don't think big enough.
Yeah.
They just don't think big enough. I mean, you can aim for something small and you'll get something small, but aim for something big and actually you might not get that huge big thing, but you'll get so much further than you did if you weren't thinking small. And we're so afraid of not hitting our goals or looking like we've failed that we don't go for that big thing, and we don't plan to go for that big thing, so we don't get anywhere near it. What is it? Another quote, is it shoot for the moon and you'll always land amongst the stars? I hate that phrase.
Yes, something
because
like
you
that.
won't actually, because the moon is so much closer than the bloody stars. What are you talking about?
And then there's another quote as you were talking then, and it made me reminded me, and I think I shared this somewhere today, but it's, if you're not growing, you're dying. Now I know that's a bit intense. And it's here, but it's so true, because in terms of how our brain, can't get my words out. In terms of how our brains work, we need that stimulation. So we need to be doing new things, because then it's creating more neural pathways in the brain, which is really good for us. So I get it, but it sounds a little bit harsh. So absolutely agree with everything that you've just said. And I think in terms of what I see with so many people is the fear, the mind monkeys, the mind beetles, as you like to call them, is what really stops people from, one, setting them bigger goals, and two, taking action on them goals.
Yeah. And that is the massive thing, taking the right action.
Yes.
From a strategic point of view.
Yes.
Because, you know, we can all sit and play on Canva for hours.
Not today, though.
No, not this morning when it was down.
Yeah, totally agree. And again, like if I tap into that in terms of our mind, that's resistance. That's keeping us safe. That right, okay. So I know that if I go and put myself out there, or I go and have a conversation with an ideal client, or I put myself in a networking event or whatever it is where I can make money, I know that that's going to move me forward. But instead, I'm going to go to Canva and I'm going to create a month's worth of content, because that is safer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got perfect example of this. The way that even my brain works like this, but actually we all have these same problems over different things. So I had organised to meet a client of mine. We were going to have a one-to-one in person. I'm really looking forward to it. Couldn't wait to go and see her. She was the same. It was going to be really fun. We're just going to sit, we're going to have lunch, we're going to do some strategy and planning and stuff. And all the day before, my brain was going, you don't need to do this. No, you can, actually, you know what, you can just do this on the phone, or you can do it on Zoom. And, you know, it's such a long way to go. And I know how inconvenient it's going to be for her. And there's so many better things I could be doing with my time. But I wanted to go, but my brain was trying to convince me otherwise. And I think sometimes we have to ignore that bit of our brain that is going, actually, why are you doing this? There's, you know, because sometimes we're told to follow our intuition. That's not intuition. Yeah. That's your brain trying to protect you, like the fight or flight or freeze thing. Whereas actually, it's perfectly okay for me to go and have this meal with a friend and a client and enjoy myself. And yes, it was an hour's travel, but I got all this stuff done, and you know, and I really don't know what it was that was stopping me from doing it. It's like ridiculousness. Yeah. But these things happen to us all for whatever reason they happen, for whatever it is in our brains that is trying to stop us from doing the thing, for whatever success or fear or whatever it is. You're the one to explain it so much better than me. But I went to that meeting.
Yeah, and you loved it. and sometimes it doesn't, like, sometimes it's not always something really deep. Sometimes it's the fact that you're so used to working here online and doing that kind of thing, and this is out of your zone of comfort. And I can definitely relate to that, because this was me with it was actually in COVID. So I just started, 2020 it was, wasn't it? Yeah, I just started showing up online, doing all of them things. And I was putting myself out there. I was doing live videos. And I was going to my first networking event. I'd never been to a networking event at this point. I'd done them online, but not in person. And it was a double whammy. So I was going to the networking event and she asked me to be a guest speaker. So this was the first time in person. So I was so scared, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do this, or maybe I need to do this. And I was trying to do everything else but go to this event. And of course, it wasn't in a way where it stopped me, because for many people it does. For many people it stops them and they don't take that action. But it was there. And it was I knew the fear was, well, it's very different. Like, here, I'm behind the screen and I'm safe here, but I'm actually going into a event. And it actually reminded me of something at university where I had to do a stand-up talk. So there was something linked to that. But that is the difference. And I wanted to share that, because I think it's really important that we see the difference between having these things as normal, like they're there to try and protect you and keep you safe, but actually having these things that stop you, and that's the difference, especially when it comes to that next level. Very normal for us to get like this, and anything that we do new, if we're setting ourselves, if I go back to another time, so it was actually last year, so it was January last year, and I decided that I was going to set myself these big goals, like huge audacious goals, and I was like, instantly I knew something was going to come up. That new level, new devil came up, and I was like, right, I literally went and booked another mindset coach to help me work through this, because I needed that support. And I want to share that because I want you to know that it's so normal. Like I said, we all go through this. I don't care who you are, how much money you earn, how long you have been working on yourself, on your mindset. It happens.
Yeah, and for me, it is that next level thing where it happens, where you're doing something that you've not done before, or speaking to a different level of people, or you're in a different income bracket. Or, I mean, it happened to me when I hit the VAT threshold, thinking, oh, heck, this is like a whole new ball game. And I'm not great with figures and never have been. Passed my GCSE maths by fainting in the exam. And when it comes to maths, hate it. When it comes to accounts, I just can't cope with it. So for me, like having that tax bracket thing just wasn't going to be comfortable at all. And you're like, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? And froze because thought, no, I can't go any further. I can't do this. Can't do this.
Definitely.
So yeah, and working your way past something like that and recognizing that actually that scaredness is stopping you. Yeah, right. What is my plan to get through this? What is the plan?
Yeah. And that again is the difference, and I want to reiterate this because that is the stress response that our body puts us in when it perceives a threat. Now, it doesn't know the difference between whether we're running away from a lion, a tiger, a bear, oh my, or whether we are following up with a client, or we've set ourselves these big goals and we're taking action. It doesn't know the difference. It just acts accordingly. And it's really important, like I said, but the difference is that you are very aware of that, and you knew that this would happen, and you still was able to take the action.
Yeah, and I think that comes from learning, a lot of learning about yourself, and understanding how our brains work.
Definitely. It's important. And I do think, though, I don't know about in your experience, but so many people miss that part, so that self-awareness and the mindset and the working on the personal development, and go straight to the I want to make money and I want to do this, and I'm just going to stand up and do it without anything in place.
Yeah, and some people can do that because some people, super confident, believe in themselves so much. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks, and that's great.
Yes.
But for the rest of us, the majority of us, the 90% of us, have like empathy and feelings and overwhelm and the rest of it, it's more difficult. And I think until we understand ourselves a bit more, you're only going to get so far. You're going to get stuck, and you're either going to think, well, let these thoughts overwhelm you and stop you in your tracks, or you're going to start to think, well, actually, I know this is what my brain is doing, and I want this more than I want this.
And it's kind of coming together and like working with it. That's the thing that I come up with. It's working with your brain rather than against it. And I found that myself so much, always trying to fight to be this, which obviously stopped me from hitting that next level, fighting to be this super organized, I don't know, perfect person, which was just not who I am at the core. And once you accept that and you acknowledge that and you work with it rather than against it, it gets easier.
Yeah, and I firmly think there's two ways of doing it. So I'm not a mindset coach, as everybody knows. I'm the strategist with this. So I know that if I take an action and I can see a positive result from it, I'm then going to be able to take more actions and more confident taking those actions. So therefore, if I can have a plan in place that I'm taking the actions, and even if it's just a small action that I'm comfortable with, and then a slightly bigger action that I'm comfortable with, and stretching, that I'm then going to be able to go and do the big things.
Yeah.
And if I'm having a bad day, my actions might be smaller than they would be if I wasn't having if I was having an amazing day. So for me, putting that plan in place to be able to think, right, what can I do? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? How am I going to get there? And then taking the small steps towards it can help overcome that thought in the brain.
Yeah.
It's like I used to say to the people that I used to work with, my team and things in direct sales, I used to say, take that bit of your brain out and put it on a shelf over there. Just sit it over
for a
there
moment.
and just take the action.
Yeah.
Because if you concentrate on taking the action, the results will take care of itself.
Yeah.
And if you can take the action that is a little bit scary, but not massively scary, you're going to get there eventually, because you'll build the confidence doing those actual things that you don't feel you can do right now.
Yeah, it is. It's so true. And action kills fear. Like action kills fear. That's literally it. And what I find is there are some people that are so worried and fearful, and they have things that are holding them back, so they're not taking the action, however small. And again, everybody's different. For me personally, I know that you like to stretch it slow.
Yeah.
I'm a throw myself in the deep end and then see what happens kind of person. And I love that side of it. But I think that's what people think it is. Like you have to just go hard or go home, I want to say.
Yeah.
But it isn't.
No.
It really isn't.
No, you've got to do what aligns with you. Because if you're trying to do or be somebody else or something else, it's never going to work.
Never, ever. I always talk about this. Remove the mask. When you can remove the mask and be your true self, and then you have people that want to work with you or purchase off you in your, you being your true self in full form. How amazing is that? Compared to pretending and being exhausted to be something and someone that you're not, like.
Yeah. And then having clients and customers that don't align with how you want to work anyway.
Oh, can you imagine?
They're not right for you.
No. I think of now, like, all of my clients are dreams. Like, I love working with them. I think they're incredible, and we're just so much in alignment. However, if I hadn't have done that work so I could hit that next level, then that wouldn't have happened, and I would have attracted all the wrong people to me. Definitely.
Yeah. And it's a great place to be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And everyone can get there. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. The thing is that there's like something that happens to us. We're growing and growing and growing, and we get stuck. And it's at the point where we get stuck that so many people stop and they think it's failed, and they don't see how they can get any further. And they have that sense of self that is, well, I can't do this. It's not going to happen. It's not for me. I might as well give up. I'm going to try something else. I would say everybody gets to that stage of stuck, but the majority of people go, I can't do it. Whereas the ones that are successful are the ones that go, right, okay, so this isn't working. What else can I do? How can I get past this? How can I grow? How can I get over this hurdle? Yeah. And I used to think of it like we're going on a bear hunt.
Look, can't go through it.
You can't go through it. You can't go under it.
I love that. Oh no, we've got to go through it.
You've got to go through it. Yeah, you can't go under it. You can't go over it. You can't go around it. You've got to go through it. And actually, when you start thinking like that about your journey in business, about it all being going on a bear hunt, actually, you've got stuck. You've got to a point that you cannot get past. How are you going to get past it? What is the point in thinking, sod it, I'm going to go home? Yeah. I might as well turn back. Yeah, well, come this far. Why not work your way across it? And so many people don't.
Yeah, so true.
And it is all to do with the mindset and the strategy.
Yeah. And when they do that, again, if that's their way of thinking, it then ripples into all areas of life. And then you feel really stuck because that's what you're in, and you can't see another way out because this is where you are. You're just stuck. And I was speaking about this on my stories this morning. It was said that people that, nurses in the end of life care, what they say is that the majority of people that look back on their life always wish that they just went for it and they didn't care what other people thought and all that. And I always have that in my mind. I think, when we get to 80, 90, 100, 200 years, who knows, are you going to look back and think, wow, I'm so proud that I've done this and I've gone for it? Or are you going to look back and think, I wish I was more me. I wish I said things. I wish I went after things. And I think it's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we obviously have shared, we have the Business Boost boot camp happening in January.
Yes, but I bet so many people haven't heard about it yet,
No,
Gemma.
well, I don't know where they've been because I feel like all I've done is speak about it. So we have a boot camp happening in January. It's completely free to join if you join November and December, and there's also a VIP option as well, but it's going to be really exciting. So we're going to be doing weekly sessions where we go into different things that are going to help you create that incredible 2025, because we're not playing small around here, are we? We want you to create whatever that success is for yourself.
Yeah, we want you at that next level next year. We want you to be thinking bigger and building that business of your dreams, whatever business it is, product, service based, whatever. We can see potential, and I think that with that little bit of extra support at the beginning of the year, you can really make this happen.
Yeah, definitely. And you want to be around me and Anna, Ant and Dec of the business world. I'll never leave that. Because
who said that? They're in trouble.
I can't remember now, but maybe they're watching this or listening to this, and maybe they're thinking, yeah, that was me. So if it was, come and let us know, because we want to give you the credit for it. But yeah, so if you are wanting to join us and you want to start 2025 with a bang, then sign up to the Business Bootcamp. You will love it.
Absolutely. And get your business owner friends to sign up too. So it'll be 4 masterclasses throughout January that you can come to with both of us too, to give you the mindset and the strategy to make your business an absolute boom next year.
Matt, I think we should do like some little prizes.
Let's
do some prizes. So for people that get people to, well, we'll do them anyway. We'll do them in different ways, but yeah, we'll do that as a prize.
Yeah.
So for people that get their friends and their teams or their business partners or whatever it is to sign up, you will be in a draw.
We'll work something out. We need to think about that. How we're going to?
I don't know.
We're going to work that out.
Listen, it's out there now, so it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. So shall we leave it there? We'll be back next week again.
Yes, we will be back next week, next Tuesday, 2 p.m.
Yeah, on Facebook. And we will be sharing some more inspiration, having another conversation, and we'll go.
Yes. Yeah, and we'll put the link below so that you've got the link to sign up to the bootcamp.
Yeah.
Let's boost your business.
Yes. 2025 with a bang.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
See you all soon.
Bye.